What I want to share with you today is how to identify or find setups on your charts, when you're paying close attention to the actual order flow of the market. So if we're looking at the movement of the market, if it's either trending to the upside or trending to the downside, we can specifically find, setups surrounding, for example, the strategy and how I trade supply and demands or back at supply and demand zones to be able to continue taking the market in the same direction of whatever the higher base charts is actually showing us. Okay. Now, for all my full-time workers out there or full-time traders out there, here's a great way for anyone to be able to make, let's say, $500 a day, just trading one E-mini contract on the NASDAQ futures. Now, what you need to do is always use a higher base chart to depict and determine which way is the market actually trending. We want to be able to follow in the trend. You ever heard the term, the trend is your friend? Whatever the market is doing, as long as it's breaking structure or taking out and making new highs as it climbs higher, we want to be able to look for pullbacks or setups on our chart, specifically paying close attention to the order flow of the market. That all that is the movement of the market as it pushes higher and pulls back to key areas where basically orders are being filled to push the market continuously back to the upside. Okay, so I like to focus in on those supply and demand zones, but again, the strategy works. And if you definitely are using it to trade the indices or any other future markets in particular, it works because it's a universal strategy, but you can use it across other markets just as well. Now, what we want to do is be able to start with a higher base chart. I'm going to share with you, like, you can use a 120 because I trade range bar charts, or maybe even like a higher base chart or 320 range chart. Some of you may trade time-based charts, so maybe you're looking at a daily or even a 4-hour chart or whatever it may be. But I want to say this right now, time charts are not comparable or comparable to range charts, okay, because they're both calculated differently. Now, if I'm looking here at the market, I can see that we definitely had a bearish movement to the downside or a trend up until around basically about Tuesday of this week, where we started shifting back to the upside. So what basically causes a shift within the market is where we have a reversal from where we have a trend lower back to a trend going back to the upside. This is how we can depict and determine the order flow of the actual market, especially when we have a reversal. We can see the bullish activity in which the market is now pushing to the upside. So where we have, pushes up or a push up, making bullish momentum, pull back, making a high, higher low, higher highs, okay? And we're breaking structure above highs, like right here and right here. So these are what a lot of you like to classify as like change of characters, where we have our first initial push to the, say, for the upside, a pullback, and then it breaks and makes a new high. That could be like a change of character, for example, like right here, all right? Or where it may break a area of structure to the left-hand side of the chart. Either way, this classifies an area when we have a reversal, especially where it's taking out structure to the left-hand side, change of character, a lot of you like to call that. And then the market makes higher highs and higher lows as it continues pushing to the upside. Each time it makes a higher high, we're looking for a pullback in some key area of demand. This is simply being able to follow order flow, okay? So as we make these runs to the upside, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, we're looking for the market to pull back to some key area of demand, engage, or for the market, the institutions, to start filling buy orders or orders going to the upside. And we want to be part of that order flow. We want to be part of the movement of the market back to the upside. It comes back, it makes a higher low, pushes back up. And this would be a great opportunity to look for a trade to go long back at a key area of demand. The market doesn't come back there. So if it did, again, we're looking at order flow as the market pushes higher, comes back. It basically comes back to fill orders, or what the institutions do to continue pushing the market higher. But this is starting to form a trend back to the upside within the actual market. Now, all we're looking for is our key areas of demand setups if the market is bullish. We're looking for supply setups if the market is actually bearish. This is a reversal. And you should also know that once the market starts trending in any particular direction, it can reverse, all right, and start pushing back to the upside, meaning we could actually start to take out structure coming back lower, or have a reversal where we have a change of character that's actually where the market starts to break below some key area, maybe like right here, starts making lower lows and lower highs. Now we have a bearish channel or the start of a trend coming maybe back to the downside, okay? In that case there, we were looking for opportunity for pullbacks to key areas of supply. Now, I'm going to show you an area because this was a very valid area of demand to take a trade from, and actually multiple setups to be able to take a trade from, looking at what's taking place with order flow. You know, look at the market on the charts now, okay? Now reverse the situation here, pushing up, pulling back. As you can see it here, we got a high, higher low, breaking more structure to the upside. Now this was a high probability area of I'm sorry, not high probability. This is a low probability setup on the 320 range chart. But if I move down to, say, for example, my 120 chart, for example, you can see the same movement of these higher highs and higher lows being made to the upside. Okay, the reversal took place once the market broke above that area there. Back to the upside, we're trending. Okay, in a channel back to the upside. This pullback right here was to a area of, you know, demand on the 320 range chart. Okay, now I do like to use this chart from time to time, looking out, just kind of get, you know, an overall looking at from a bigger standpoint. And I do recommend anyone to use your higher base charts to help you, you know, kind of guide you in your actual trades. All right, so the market does come back, taps this area right here. Then I just move down to my lower base chart at that point there. Not say lower base chart, but a chart lower than that, which I like to use the 120 because it's something that I really place a lot of emphasis on. It's not my last point of or chart I use to actually engage in trades, but I'm just here to share with you is that if you look at the 120 and you know that on the 320 that we're bullish to the upside, then as the market comes back and taps some key area of demand on the higher, say a higher base chart, then all we need to do is wait for the market to move back in the same direction on this chart here, back to the upside to maybe where it breaks structure back to the upside, right? To put us back in alignment with the even a higher base chart. So this is a high probability, not high probability, low probability setup off of this chart right here, the 320, okay? And then we can just scale down, look for more confluence off of a scale down chart, even the 120, say for example, broke above that high there, comes back. Okay, now this is where it starts to make a run to the downside on the 120, but overall still on a even higher base perspective chart, we're still bullish. So if it comes down and taps, say for example, some area of demand on a higher base chart, like a 320 or maybe something higher than that, then just wait for the market to start breaking structure back to the upside on scale down to another chart to look for where it's starting to make higher highs or starts to have a change of character to where it breaks structure going back to the upside, or where it's starting to, you know, take out swings and break through, basically making higher highs and higher lows back to the upside. So it makes push up, pull back, breaks higher. We got a break above that area there. So we took a breaking through an area structure. It pulls back, and then we get more pushes or we get another push to the upside to where we're breaking more structure going back to the upside and higher. At this point here, we're back in alignment with the market on the even higher base chart, okay, because we're still bullish on the higher base chart, a 320. We're still bullish going to the upside. So we're looking for some key area of demand now that we're back in alignment with, say for example, the 320. Because we rejected off of the 320 demand zone there. We pushed up, pulled back, broke higher. We are basically kind of like reversing back to the upside on a chart that's one chart below that. Say, for example, for me, the 120 pushes up, pulls back, breaks higher, pulls back. These are low probability areas of demand. I would prefer to see high probability because we came off or rejected off of a low probability higher base zone. So now I would like to see more so something to where now that we're in alignment with the higher base chart, moving with the higher base chart on the 120, I want to find a setup that's high probability, at least on this chart here, for example, okay? So then you can go, the market pushes up, pulls back, breaks higher, pulls back, makes another run to the upside, creating this area of demand right here. This is a high probability area of demand right here, okay? Now, what you can do from here is that couple things. People always ask, can I take this trade right here if I notice this off of the 120? You could, but you got to understand this, that even on a 120 chart, there could be, you know, some significant movement in the market. Okay, you can take some drawdown before it starts moving in your direction. But what we're looking for is having multiple charts of confluence that are putting us in alignment even with a higher base chart. Okay, sometimes, well, not saying sometimes, a lot of times I'll take my trades from a 120 and a 24 range chart. Okay, just basically looking at the 120 range, finding out the direction, looking for a setup on the 120, marking up my zone there, then moving down to a 24 range chart to look for a setup as well. But if you see something higher out on a higher base chart, like for me, 320, and we are bullish to the upside on this chart here, try to stay in alignment even with the scale down chart that I typically use every day, the 120. This is where a kind of a reversal situation took place on the 120 coming back to the downside. Allow it and wait for it to get itself back in alignment even with a higher base like 320 range chart. Pushes up, got that change of character towards breaking structure. Look for continuation movement to the upside where we have structural breaks back to the upside to find some key area of demand to take the trade off of. Here's a valid area of demand. Say, for example, here, high probability on the 120 range chart. Now, all I would do then is just move down to my entry chart, which is a 24 range chart, to look for a supply setup to take the trade going. I'm sorry, not supply, demand setup, because we're going to the upside. Supplies if we're going to the downside. Look for a demand setup. So we have a demand setup on a 320 range chart. It's bullish. The 120 range chart, we're back in the direction of the 320 on the 120 range chart. We have a demand setup with high probability here on the 120 range chart. Then just scale down to your lower base, like 24 range chart, and look for a demand setup on that chart to take the trade continuation going to the upside. This is like multiple chart confluence. Okay, we got 3 charts that are putting us in a line or staying in alignment because the market is bullish to the upside. Now, do you need 3 charts to tell you that? No, you really don't. You can just, a lot of times I'll use like the 120 and a 24 range chart, take my trades. As long as they are taking, moving in the same direction, that is fine. But again, you want all the charts when you're looking for your setups to be in alignment with one another. This is how I look at the order flow of the market across multiple charts, and putting me in sync with order flow and the direction and bias of the market across all the charts as well. Listen, I do this full-time every single day. I know a lot of people out there, that are working full-time jobs just as well. But you can just take and look for one setup a day, trading the NASDAQ, because really, technically, I'm talking about the NASDAQ, not the micros. Technically, all you need is 25 points. 25 points times 4 is 100 ticks, right? So if you get 100 ticks in the market and 25 points on the NASDAQ, it's fairly easy. It's doable. I'll put it like that. And it is fairly easy to get on the NASDAQ, because the NASDAQ is a fast moving market, but you want to make sure that you are not just taking your trades just off of one chart. Okay. Have some confluence when you're looking for these setups so that you are moving in the right direction across all charts. 25 points will allow you to hit right at $500 on one contract trading the NASDAQ. So here's the math. 25 points times 4 ticks at every point. That's 100 ticks times $5. I'm sorry, $5 for every tick. All right, and boom, there you go. $500. That's gross before commissions or fees are taken out. But that's how you can make $500 a day, simply following the flow of the market, studying order flow across multiple charts, marking up your zones, and then taking the trades based on those setups, those supply or demand zones you're looking for. Okay, it's a very easy strategy. I talk about this. I trade this every single day in my own personal trading, and this is the same thing that I talk about to all the individuals who are part of that private community or who are elite and ultra elite supporters. And some of you may be watching this and want to join that community, because that is where I really highlight the cornerstone, the blueprint to how I actually trade this actual strategy. It's nothing complex. You're just using multi-chart confluence and making sure that you're in sync across all charts when looking for trades. You don't want to be bearish on one chart and bullish on the other chart trying to trade. Then you're counter trend trading. Okay. So if you're interested in becoming either an elite or an ultra elite supporter, there's a link down in the description portion of the video. It's very inexpensive. It's only $6.99 a month, which breaks down to be like 24 cents on the day. But that's where I break down, say, for example, the trades that I post over on the Discord community. There's a Discord link down below if you're interested. The community is free. But I post my trades within the Discord over on the Trading Floor channel. Okay. Then I will break those trades down in great detail for the elite and the ultra elite supporters. There's tons of those trade breakdown videos because people are visual learners, so most people are. So by studying the material or looking at it and then back testing and forward testing it for yourself, when I'm walking you through these setups, talking about structure, price action, stop loss placement, profit target areas, so that you can understand, why I took those trades. Then you can start to understand when you're back testing, setups on the charts themselves, whether it's the NinjaTrader you use, whatever charting platform you use. You want to do that. It's key to back test the strategy to make sure that it's going to work for you, because I can't guarantee anything to anyone, because listen, everybody is different. Everybody is different. Their styles of trading are different. Their habits are different. Their psychology is different. Some people come, with a lot of baggage, and they have a hard time being able to understand something that may be brand new to them. Okay. But the strategy definitely works. We have lots of people who are part of the community who trade it. Okay. There's a testimonial section over on the Discord. You can see that people are using it, on a daily basis in their own trading, and they're leaving, testimonials and comments about, how the strategy has helped them and is working for them. Now, again, if you're interested in becoming part of that elite or ultra elite supporter group, the link is down in the description portion of the video. Click on that link, or you can go to the homepage, click the membership tab. It'll take you to the tiers. There's a couple of tiers there, basically two, where you can either become an elite or an ultra elite supporter. It lists out the perks and rewards for every tier. This is all through YouTube. They have a membership program for supporters or for content creators to be able to share information or to be able to provide things to their community members. And for you guys, out there who support my channel, for example, that's your way of being able to support the channel and say, basically, thank you for the content that you actually create, because that's what I'm here to do. Is I want to share what works for me personally, and I'm not saying it's going to work for everybody, because everybody, again, it's all about what you put into it, how much time on the charts you spend, how open-minded you are to really testing things out to see if it's going to work for you. But for $6.99 a month, I don't know anything out there that can beat it. So anyways, the choice is yours. The link is down in the description portion of the video. But that's all I have, guys. I just want to share with you what's been working, how you can, really, make some money within the markets here. $500 easy a day trading one E-mini contract, and basically just using, the charts the correct way to study and understand order flow in the simplest form possible. Okay. Easy strategy. Now, that's all I have. If you're not a current subscriber to the channel, please make sure to sub by clicking that subscribe button right now. Make sure to turn your post notifications on by clicking the bell. And last but not least, if you found some value in today's video, please make sure to drop a like by clicking the thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it, and I'll see everyone in the next video.